And yeah, you guys are having a beautiful time. So now's a chance for you guys at the dinner table to openly discuss anything you guys would like to discuss, talk about anything you'd like to know. The whole family is here. Is there anything that you guys would like to know about anything here?
Yeah, Slump's a lologist and collects bedtime stories and would like to know more about these ghosts from the north. Even if they're just a myth, Slump would still like to know.
And like as soon as I think probably Grandpa Moose kind of like lifts his hand to be like no, and as soon as he like starts to lift his hand, Viv is like, there's ghosts in the northeast and they eat trees.
Ghosts that eat trees?
They eat the trees there.
What do
there
they
were
look
trees,
like? Why
and
do
then
they
there were
eat them?
no trees.
Okay.
Because they're ghosts. That's why they eat them.
Well,
they eat the trees.
Fucking stupid.
And then the trees are back, and it's like there were no trees that were eaten, but I know they get eaten. I heard a forest fire that went over there, and then didn't burn any of the trees there.
Why not?
Because there's ghosts.
Because the trees were eaten, or the ghosts didn't let the...
That's it. There's ghosts there.
Which one? There's ghosts.
That's the one. There's ghosts there. And there was a fire and it didn't even burn the trees because there's ghosts up there.
Because the ghosts ate the trees or they started the fire or neither.
She just starts like shoveling mashed potato into her mouth, and she starts like talking with her mouth. She's like, and then and there's ghosts up there.
As soon as Slump asks her a question, she goes, "Yep." He just like stops talking and starts like shoveling food into his mouth. Like he doesn't understand this interaction, nor does he understand how to stop it. So he's just stopped talking.
All right. Okay.
And I think Lita, the mom, speaks up and she's like, "All right, yeah, no, I know. Viv has been hearing stories from town, and there are some ghost stories about ghosts or rogue magicians or spirits from beyond or what have you that live in the northeast. And they say that whole stands of trees will get cut and then they'll grow back overnight. Or that forest fires will burn a circle around a unique area up there. But we've seen forest fires in every spot up there. We've seen it all cut or grow, and we do have land weavers. We can make trees grow back, Viv. We can do that. That's a thing that we all... The weather here is completely artificial. We can grow trees, Viv. And Viv like stops eating mouthful and just like slouches back on her chair with her cheeks full of like mashed potato, and she just stops eating.
Are there many like
and Slump is now talking to the mom and says,
are there many like cases of mages leaving the Tower of Vartalin just totally bonkers, just out of their minds, and they just go into the woods and do weird things? Is that like what group, what would be the incentive to do this? It sounds so weird and featureless.
I think when you ask this question, like the table kind of goes quiet.
Oh.
And the family all kind of look at each other. And I think Grandma Carol actually stands up and excuses herself from the table.
Did Slump say something?
I have, the monkey side-eyeing Muppet thing.
Yeah. And Viv is like wide-eyed staring right at you, Slump, and she just like swallows all the mashed potato in her mouth. It's like
Slump is holding his massive meat hands out to either side like, what?
It's just a fucking question. What the hell?
And like everyone's just sitting there in silence. And then the mom kind of leans in a little bit and she's like, Sometimes. No! And Grandpa Moose kind of like hammers the table with his fist. He's like, I'm not going to stand here for this. And he kind of gets up and he walks out of the room.
Boy, might be a cultural thing here, but Slump is not picking up. Does someone have an explanation for what just happened?
And Lita kind of looks around and she kind of like looks really hard at Viv, like, would you mind excusing yourself, Viv? Kind of look. And Viv just has a big smile on her face, and then she goes back to eating the food on her plate, kind of thing. She's like, I gotta eat my dinner, Mom.
You tell me.
Smart kid.
And Lita's like, it's a matter of a lot of shame when any mages leave the tower, and a lot of people will say that no mages leave the tower. Some will get around it by saying no true mage leaves the tower, and if they left the tower, they weren't a mage. Others will say literally no mages ever leave. Some die in training, or turns out they didn't have magic. To leave the tower is it is an evil thing to do, because
Why?
to take the training of the tower and wield it for purely personal gain, which is the only reason somebody would leave the tower, is the greatest affront and insult to all people. Magic is dangerous, and if you don't want to use it, you should never be trained. Just leave it alone.
Isn't that kind of a false dichotomy, though? Like saying that the only reason someone would ever leave the tower is to use their magic for personal gain? Couldn't it just be they didn't like the life, or people were mean to them, or they didn't like the snacks?
I mean, it's a slippery slope. If you start making excuses for why people leave, you start putting this gray area of what's good and bad, what people do with the magic, and without adhering to the strict rules of the tower, people can justify doing anything with magic. And yes, Slump, you are right that some people, I'm sure, go and do good with their magic without being in the tower, but those are few and far between, and even fewer and far between now that the pirates rule the seas. It takes a very firm hand to keep mages in the tower, and those who abandon it inevitably go to piracy. Not all of them are sinking boats and murdering, but a lot of them, through the lack of enforcement against piracy, are enabling piracy by not turning a hand against those who are crippling us as a people, as humans, as law-abiding citizens. We are dying without someone to stop the pirates, and mages who don't choose to use their magic against the pirates are thought of very, very shamefully.
Does anyone ever lose their mind? Why would they be burning these weird things up north? That has to be the action of magic, and what would drive someone to do that?
I mean, listen, maybe it's the tower's work. We don't always get word of what the tower's doing. It could be practice drills. It could be maybe something's gone wrong with the weather magic that they use to control the weather here. I can't explain what it is, but I can tell you what it isn't, and it isn't anything that we need to worry about. We've never had a problem. It's anomalous. It's inconsequential. It's nothing that we ever need to worry about. Maybe it's literally just to give the people something to talk about. It's never harmed anyone. It's never had an impact on us. I don't think it's anything for anybody to worry about. It's just weird.
Okay.
And Viv has just gone off the deep end, and she has believed that it's all some fantastic thing, and Viv has got angry eyebrows now at her mom while she's just shoveling food into her face.
Fair.
But it's nothing to worry about. It's absolutely nothing. Those stories have been happening for years and years and years, and nothing's come of it. So I wouldn't put any stock into it. And I wouldn't talk about runaway mages because it's a very sore spot for everyone here in the island. It's a mark of great shame.
Wow. Okay.
So I wanted some clarity on this because I think I got mixed up here. Are we talking specifically about runaway mages, like ones who try to sneak out, or anyone who leaves the tower for any reason whatsoever?
Yeah, that's my question too. Yeah.
I got a little mixed up there.
I mean, it's like anybody who leaves the tower is a runaway mage.
Gotcha. Under any circumstance, essentially, is how she views it, because that's how I interpret
Yeah,
it.
basically, yeah. If you leave the tower, if you train and then you leave for any reason, I mean, a lot of people don't give a reason, they just leave. But if you leave for any reason, you are a runaway mage and you are a shame to the tower.
Wait, I guess my question also here is hasn't the tower historically sanctioned mages to leave to do a thing or
Yes.
are sent on a mission?
Oh yes, yeah, no. So people are given leave and given missions and stuff like that. But anybody who leaves without the tower's authority,
Gotcha.
is considered
Without
a
a hall
runaway mage.
pass.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If they leave without a hall pass, they're a runaway mage.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, because depending on the answer to that, Galdric is gonna be very upset.
Yeah, same. I was like, well, I'll see you on the Bane.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no. So you can join the tower and get a mission posted to an island far, far away where you grow crops for the local populace. Or, you can get posted on a Navy ship where you burn down pirates. Or there's so many things that mages get assigned to that are not here, not in the tower, not on the island. But if you abandon those missions, if you abandon your duty as a mage, and some people are freelance mages, they're trained, they're given a specific set of guiding principles and set upon to do the tower's work. But if you ever betray those rules, you are considered a rogue mage.
Mage Grey Guards. Nice.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Creepy.
Grey Guard.
It's a variant of Paladin where it's kind of like you're in the moral gray. The church understands you need to do good, but also it understands people are going to do some underhanded crap to get the one up on them. So basically, it's like a M6 or MI6, I forgot what it's called, of a Paladin order, where it's they get gray powers, and basically they have the church's authority to use their powers in what would be seen in unpaladin ways.
Can you send me the name of this anime? I would like to watch it.
It's actually a D&D class, Grey Guard.
Dang.
It's super fucking cool.
Lita,
Yes.
the time we've spent with your family, you're good people. You are, well, hey, actually, is that true? Do they seem like good people?
They seem like very, very ordinary, rudimentary, farming, feeding, living people. They seem totally normal.
They seem kind and they treat their neighbors with respect and visitors and stuff with
Oh yeah.
respect
Yep.
and
Oh
stuff?
yeah. No, they're
Okay,
always
okay.
welcoming, always friendly, hardworking, and they don't put up with bullshit, but they're good people.
Lita, do you, if we're to kind of bind ourselves to this group of people by being trained by them, do you think they're good people? Do you think their cause is good?
I think their cause is going to be the only thing that saves us from a world ruled by piracy. And I think sometimes it can be heavy-handed. I think sometimes it can be unpalatable. But I think every goal and every angle that they play is only to restore the kind of normal life that we knew before the Kraken disappeared. I think it's good unless you're a pirate.
Was there anything about that life before the Kraken disappeared that pirates would want to escape from? Like, is there anything that has changed for them other than this sort of free violence and profit? You know, were there any other laws that they were concerned with?
I mean, mostly just that piracy was illegal. I think mostly it's been the fact that without the Kraken to put them down, they were able to grow larger faster than the navies were, and they were able to take over the oceans, and they make the rules now. Any and every rule they want, they make now, and that wasn't the way back in the day. I think it's as easy as that. They just want everything. And with the Kraken, they had to compromise. With the Navy, they had to compromise. And now they don't have to compromise anything.
I'm wondering if they like real life pirates, you know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering if anything else about like the nations that existed at the time that they didn't want to be part of, you know? Like there wasn't, you know, they couldn't easily move between islands, or I don't even know, or if it's really just about economics and profit stuff.
It's economic profits and freedom, right? Freedom to do whatever they want whenever they want. It's not having a law to govern them, kind of thing. Like, piracy is very much lawlessness at this point. It's very much like wanton chaos.
Is there any way, Lita, do you think, to reason with them or to talk to the Yoho boys? It doesn't seem like it.
People have tried, and it's simply they have all the power. They have all the chips. They have most of the maps. They have most of the ships. They can go wherever they want, whenever they want, most of the time. And what can we possibly offer them that they don't already have? They can take what they want at this point. It's very hard to negotiate with people who have everything whenever they want.
Yeah.
I wish there were a way to talk them down, but they don't seem to want to. I mean, sometimes you can talk your way out of being murdered when they board your ship. They'll just take everything you have and burn down your ship and set you on a lifeboat. So you can talk them out of that, but talking them out of their grand principles and beliefs, no, I don't think there's much we can do with that.
Sounds like we need to get the Kraken back.
I think if somebody could bring a Kraken back, I think that might help.
I can do it.
You can bring a Kraken back?
Well, I can stop it from getting. I can stop it from
subdued.
I can kill Jack.
Jack's dead.
Of course. Yeah. I look at the grandpa who knows everything, and I'm like putting my finger on my nose.
Yeah, he's in the other room. He kind of got insulted by the talk of rogue mages, but I think kind of like through the open doorway, you can see him kind of sitting on his chair in the living room. And when that's said, he definitely kind of side eyes you and meets your gaze, kind of thing. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about at the dinner table?
Viv?
Yeah?
Is there someone in town who has the best stories?
Where
did you learn all this about the ghosts?
I learned it from the apple market guy.
Oh, yeah.
His name is John Apples.
Oh my gosh, that worked out.
He works at the store John's Apples. He knows all the stories.
Ah, we might have to pay him a visit.
Yeah, you should go talk to John Apples. He's really cool. He gives me an apple for free every day.
Oh, good.
We also don't have money, so all apples are free.
Yeah, there you go. That's true.
Are you gonna go see
Wait,
the? Are you
you
gonna go
steal
see the
them?
forest ghosts?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Can I come?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Please?
You
Nope.
killed him. You
Pretty
just
please.
No.
You're stop it! You're killing
Pretty
him.
No. Fuck no.
Please,
Fuck
please,
no.
please, please,
No, 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 no. Hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa, you grumpy old bitch. Slump's got a question for you.
From the other room, you just hear,
What? Is there a reason? Do you? Slump had an interesting conversation with one of the cutters and wanted to know if you could explain why there appears to be some complicated feelings about the cutter from the cutters towards the mages.
Oh, were you talking to Mickey Mork? Mikey
Slump was-
Mork.
Yeah, Slump was talking to Mikey Mork.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, that's a delicate subject.
Why?
Boy, Mr. Slump, you really are bringing up
geez.
all the delicate subjects,
You
aren't
people
you?
are so fragile. How do you get by in your day without talking about anything?
Well,
Can't talk
very
about that. Oh,
carefully.
Grandpa's gonna go sit in the reading room. Uh-oh. Did someone mention what Christmas was like in the year? Can't talk about that. Oh, Grandpa's gonna go sit in the reading room again. Sheesh. Maybe you should make a list of acceptable conversation topics. The weather, you know.
oh my,
Oh
don't
my
talk
God.
about the weather.
God.
The mages thinking
Fuck's
they
sake.
know what weather we
Oh
want on
my
any given day.
God.
No, that's fine. Don't worry about
great.
that. No, so the cutters, I mean, as you are one, Mr. Slump, you are trained to destroy exactly what the mages do, right?
Right.
And so if the mages ever wanted to leave and you decided they couldn't,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
And so in some ways, the cutters are keepers of the island, and the mages are somewhat at the mercy of the cutters. Now, there's a very amicable agreement, and there's very rarely any disagreement between them. They work very well together. Everyone's working for the betterment of people. But the knowledge that if the cutters were to be bribed or convinced by the Yoho boys to keep the mages here, the mages would no longer be able to help anybody. And that's a lot of power for the cutters to have. The mages are the most powerful faction on this entire planet. They shape and sculpt the economics, the politics, and everything of this entire planet. But in reality, the cutters do. Because it is only by the grace of the cutters that the mages are allowed to leave the island or come to the island or exist at all. And some of the cutters, that kind of power and responsibility can go to their head. And I think Mikey Mork is one of the people who have let the power of a cutter and the prestige of mages boil to black hatred inside of him.
Sheesh.
And you're going to want to be careful about the power that you wield as a cutter, because it's very easy to look down upon mages, and it's very easy to feel insulted by mages. They get very high upon themselves.
Listen, Slump's just gonna stop you right there, okay? Because it's about winning the mental game. All right.
Oh no.
It's about winning the mental game and
No.
showing them
No.
we're the ones in charge.
This is the
So
problem.
I'm not
that
sure what your problem is.
This sounds
You're
like
some sort of
Mikey.
sissy. You're some sort of sissy
I
or
think you've
something.
been talking to Mikey for too long. This is
Kinda
not.
weird.
This is not the
Whose
kind of
side-
thing.
Whose side are you on,
This is not.
anyways?
I'm on the
point is-
mage's side. My wife is
Oh,
literally
okay.
one of the
Oh,
mages.
boo-hoo, your wife. Yeah, well, you know what? She's one of those filthy traitors, anyways.
Okay, we're all friends here.
Slump thinks he might have been talking to Mikey Mork a bit too much. Slump thinks he might be, maybe he's been talking to Mikey Mork a bit much.
maybe you should talk to some of the mages over in the cutters.
Those filthy fucking
No, you
animals.
don't want to. You've been talking to Mikey too much. You
They're
don't
mutants.
become
They're
friends with
mutants.
Mikey.
They're mutants. They shouldn't be able to do what they can do. It's only natural we cut them down.
Locke is going to lean into Galdric. He's like, you realize that you're a mage, right?
I've learned to tune this out. I don't know. Does he want a stapler again?
Okay. Well, anyways, great chat.
Yeah,
Makes
great,
sense.
great chat. I'm so happy now.
Should we be watching out for the cutters? Should we be, keeping an eye on them?
I mean, there's not really much we can do, honestly. They seem upstanding and honorable, and they keep to their word and they do the right thing, and we just have to keep hoping that they keep doing that.
Boy, that sucks.
It does kind of suck. It does kind of suck. And the only reason they would ever hold to their honor and their morals is their honor and their morals, and that's a tricky situation to be in.
Very tricky situation.
But we don't have any other better solutions right now. If we lose the cutters, there's nothing to contain rogue mages. And
True.
if we keep the cutters, then they hold all the power. I guess we can have a cutters, people who are trained to beat cutters, but then they would hold all the power.
Oh, I can just hold the power. That's not a problem.
I
done
don't
it
think you
before.
could handle that kind of power. No,
He
I don't.
held all the power.
I don't
over
think
the
you can
probably
entire
handle.
would,
I don't think you
actually.
can handle the
Well,
power.
this one time, he actually held all the power of this entire realm. It was crazy. It was all inside of him, all the life force of an entire universe.
Yeah, that was cool. I forgot about that.
Any more mashed potatoes?
I think, as you say that, you see like Viv was about to scoop the last scoop of mashed potatoes out of the bowl, and then she's like, "Yeah, there's one scoop left," and she just kind of pushes the bowl.
Awesome.
That was the one I wanted to ask, was just what was with the beef between some of the cutters and the mages. That was Slump's question.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's a very interesting relationship between the mages and the cutters. Especially because as you talk to these people, you gather that like being a mage of Vartalon is prestige. Like you are immediately respected, and you are immediately feared, and people immediately rely upon you and kind of recognize your status. It's like a keystone species. You know how keystone species
Yep.
massively shape the environment around them, disproportionate to their
Yep.
size?
Yep.
That's a mage. They are keystones. And as such, everybody talks about them, everybody respects them, and nobody talks about the cutters, because the cutters only exist here, only on this island, and they have one job, which is to just kind of maintain things, and that breeds a lot of bad blood between some of the cutters and some of the mages.
Very fucking interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if the gate is really to keep yo-ho boys out, or is it to keep mages in? I wonder.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, I wonder what prevents, like, surely teleportation's got to be a thing in this world. What
Right?
would prevent that?
But can it be? Don't you need the map in order to go anywhere?
I'm not sure.
But mages make the maps?
They do, or at least the calligraphers.
Yeah. Hmm.
Weird.
Anything else you guys
I
would
bet
like
it's
to?
fine.
Totally fine.
There's no way this information would hold any bearing on a future campaign arc. This is
Nah.
Parties just inside the kitchen burning around them.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anything else you guys would like to do?
Yeah, not that I can think of.
Okay. Dinner comes to a close. You guys go to bed, and the next morning comes. And you guys, you're able to sleep in a little bit more now that you're not responsible for the early morning duties. And when you do rise, you go and you tend the fields, you go work some of the other fields, you meet the other families. And a whole nother month passes, and you've now been on this island for almost 3 months, learning the people, learning the crops, learning everything here. And you're really feeling like you are part of the community. You know all the people by name, you know their backstories, you know their front stories, you know all the stuff.
There goes the baker, don't want to
Yeah.
get him cut.
Yes, exactly. And I think one night after it's been, probably 3 or I think it's probably 4 months that you've been here now, when you're really starting to feel like any day now, the whole village is going to vouch for you guys. Everybody loves you guys, or at least they know your character well enough to know you're not a threat. Not everybody loves you guys because some personalities just don't match, but you feel like you're doing well, you're doing the right thing. And this one night after almost 4 months, it's becoming evening time, and I think Lita comes in as dusk is setting, and she looks kind of worried, and she's like, has anyone seen Viv today?
What? Uh-oh.
Viv is usually back by now, but I haven't seen her.
Oh, yeah. She and Slump were playing down by the water, and she kept saying she wanted to go see the ghosts of the north. So Slump helped her build a little raft, and then pushed her out to the water. And then he got hungry, so we went looking for a strawberry patch. And then when he went back to the water, she wasn't there anymore.
That's.
Slump's just kidding. He has no idea where she is.
Do you understand? That was a poor time for a joke, Mr. Slump.
You get it? You get it? It
Poor-
was just a
poor
joke.
time-
Slump
poor time
has
for
no
Slump.
idea
No,
where
poor-
she
poor
is.
taste
She's probably dead, but Slump doesn't know
Bad
for sure.
time for a joke, Mr. Slump.
Sheesh. No one
Did you-
appreciates a proper comic.
Did you eat her? Did you eat her?
What sound do people make when you're eating them again?
Ah, stop eating me.
Oh, no. It was more of a beep, 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 beep. Because there was a bird. That was what it was.
Oh,
Slump
okay.
ate, yeah, somebody ate a bird.
Stop eating the wildlife.
Slump was hungry and it was sitting there just basically saying, eat me, eat me. Beep, beep, beep. See? Can
Oh
you
my
hear
god,
it?
we're gonna fucking talk about this.
Okay.
Stop eating the fucking
No,
wildlife.
Does she usually run away and hide, or does she run away from home very often?
Never. She's always home. I mean, she just goes and does her own thing during the day, but she's always back by the time the sun starts going down, and that should have been hours ago.
Should we check with Johnny Apples? Maybe they were talking.
I mean, it's getting to be nighttime now. We could send someone over there. I guess we could send over somebody go get Moose. And Moose is kind of like coming down the stairs. He's like, what do you want from me?
Viv hasn't got home yet.
I saw her, she was out near the Thornburst farm playing with the livestock. Think she was tipping cows.
Oh, that's not very nice.
That's fucked up.
Well, she's still learning, don't worry.
No.
One of them will kick her in the head. She'll learn.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And then she gets to be a cutter. Yay. Any aspirations of the tower are quickly removed.
No,
All
she
right.
doesn't have any magic. She's not going to be going to the tower anyways.
She's going places, not college.
Not
but places.
college, but places.
All right.
I think she's going to make a great dirt farmer.
Boy, I can kind of see why she's not here right now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, last I saw, she was over by the Thornburst farm, over by the cows. Does
Well, would you like
anybody
us to
check there?
Yeah, do you want us to split up and walk around and see?
Sure. If you want to go check by the Thornburst farm, maybe she's over there for dinner or
Which farm?
Thornburst.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Where
go.
do you think
She
we
might
should
just be
check?
having dinner with them.
At the Thornburst farm?
Thornburst, yeah.
You think that she
Thornburst.
might be having dinner with the Thornburst farm?
Over at the
with Thornburst
Thornburst farm. Or at the
Thornburst
Thornburst,
family.
yeah. She could be having dinner with the Thornburst.
At the Thornburst farm.
At the
is where she
Thornburst farm.
Oh my fucking god!
Slump just wants to make sure he's got this. Okay. She might be at the Thornburst farm having dinner at the Thornburst farm with
The Thornburst.
the Thornburst
Yes,
guy.
exactly. At their farm.
All right. That makes sense.
Yes.
Galdric just dies.
Okay. I think Lita and Carol and Moose are like, we'll be here. In case she comes home. You guys, please go and see if you can find her or what's happened. Is that okay?
Of course.
Slump guesses.
Okay. And you guys hop in Grandpa Moose's ass cart, and you make your way over to the Thornburst farm, where you usually see a whole lot of cows just kind of grazing or sleeping or whatever, and the farm land looks empty. There's no livestock in it, whatever. What would you guys like to do?
Search for signs of like footprints of direction of travel for where any of the livestock might have gone through a fence or something like that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Slump, roll plus wisdom as kind of a perception check around for where the livestock has gone. Okay, it's a 7, so it's a mixed success. Also, you guys kind of walk in and you see a lot of just hoof prints of cows walking around, and then you see a lot of like Scrabble marks of cows moving very, very fast, and you see a lot of deep hoof prints of running cows.
Uh-oh.
And in there you don't see any human footprints at all. And it just looks like a whole bunch of cows, and you kind of follow the direction of all these Scrabble and scratch marks until you do see a bunch of the cows kind of huddled in one corner of the whole pasture, and they're all just kind of huddled in a corner, and you can see in their eyes that they have like terror in their eyes.
And is it a full accounting of how many we should be expecting?
There's so many. I think with that perception check, it's hard to get a full head count. They're moving around. You don't know how many necessarily they really had. It seems pretty accurate. Like I'd say,
Okay.
as far as you can tell, it seems like all the cows are there.
Okay.
What? Look at them all standing over here like a bunch of fraidy cats. Why do you think they're here? What would spook a bunch of moo-moos?
No idea. Can I do any sort of like, I don't know if I don't remember if Galdric has any of that stuff on this realm. Any sort of like sense evil, anything like that? I don't know if I
Ooh.
have.
I kind of like that. It's kind of a like. I think
Throwback.
that's kind of like a honestly, it's kind of like a perception check with like angelic perception. Right, I think you have a little bit of an inherent feeling for good and evil. Go ahead and roll plus wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. That is +0.
Perfect. Okay, an 8. And so you want to what exactly are you sensing? Like, what do you want to know if like a demon is here, or
I want to see if there is. I'll try to keep it within my realm. So
Yeah.
I guess any sort of evil. I guess is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't sense that there's a bear that they're scared of
Yes.
versus something of hate. and evil or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Okay, you know what? I'll say with that roll, you get a little bit of you do get a bit of a sense of evil. There was something here that had malice, not hunger like an animal. There was something here that had hatred and malice in it.
I will relay that to the party. Yeah, guys, something bad happened here.
Oh no.
What's that?
I don't know. Just telling you something bad. I got bad. Like, you ever eat something and then like your stomach gives you the bubble guts and you're like, blah, and you're like, oh, you're gonna have a rough time later.
Literally never.
Oh, okay. Hey Lou, you know that sometimes when you eat food and it doesn't sit well, it's like, wow, I got the bubble guts. You
Oh,
know
the
what I'm
bubble
saying?
guts. Sure, the bubble
Yeah,
guts.
yeah,
Sure,
the bubble
okay,
guts.
yeah,
Well,
bubble guts.
well, I can kind of, don't play along like you understand.
Okay, sure.
Okay, anyways, I kind of have like emotional bubble guts right now. Something bad
Oh
happened
my
here.
gosh.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know how to
Oh.
describe it. It's strange.
I have a spell that can get my deity to just kind of guide us to where to point us in the right direction. Do you want me to give that a shot?
Obviously, we should fucking do that.
I think I'm gonna do that. Let me try and do
I
that.
feel like that's a bad idea.
That's a-
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Let's struggle through it instead.
That makes sense.
No,
Okay,
no,
let's
no,
do
no,
it.
no, no,
Oh,
no.
do
you,
that.
No, yeah, do that.
Oh, I will do that. I'll
He
try to
said,
do that.
"You do."
Oh, I do it.
Take an experience, and you get the compass spinning effect where it just points in all random directions.
Oh,
Wow,
we
very
have to do
helpful, Lou.
everything.
Thanks.
I guess I want to go over there. Maybe we should just talk to the farmers.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, you guys want to go up to the Thornbur's farmstead kind of thing, like the actual house?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I think. What were you gonna say, Lou? Locke?
I was gonna say in route, can I be looking for like signs of Viv, like a ribbon or shoe,
Yeah.
something that may have, like, if she fleed like those cows.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she's left something behind.
Yeah, go ahead and roll plus wisdom. Okay.
It's so dark out here.
It's very dark and it's very hard to tell. I think as you guys are kind of walking back to the house, you're kind of going away from some of the Scrabble marks of the cows who kind of sprinted the fuck out of there. And then you see some children's footprints. And you see some other Scrabble marks around the children's footprints, and it's leading towards the forest.
Oh no! Hey,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
here,
What is that?
kids' footprints,
Where do they go?
the forest.
Hagrid's gonna be pissed.
Forest
we-
seems bad.
Yeah, can we ask maybe the Carltons if what it's like? The Hamiltons?
I don't know how many times you said Thornburrs, but for you
No,
to still fuck it up so horribly.
I'm talking about our host family.
Oh, the Hartfords. Okay, that was
That's
actually
the
pretty
one.
close then.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Hamilton is almost like Hartford.
Should we ask? Maybe we should ask them if they have any advice about. Hey, look out for this in the forest.
If you do that, I guess Locke would want to try to, like, I don't know if there's something like taking a 20 and like studying the footprints while they go ask.
Ooh. Okay. We can definitely do that. If you guys want to split up, if you want to split the party.
I'll go to the Thornburrs while they do that. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Locke, you are going to get full information from studying these tracks while the other people do their things. Lou, you want to go talk to the Thornburrs?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Is anybody else going to go with Lou?
Slump would go to the Harletons.
Yep. Hartford's almost. You know what? It's so fucking close that time, man. So fucking close. I'm gonna give it to you.
I think you should just start using the buzzard.
That's so fucking true. I should. All right, I'm gonna start doing that. You guys are better get good with these fucking names, or the fucking buzzer's coming out. Okay. So Slump, you go to the Hartfords. Locke, you are in the fields looking at these tracks. Lou, you're at the Thornburrs. Galdric, what would you like to do?
I'll go with Slump.
Okay, perfect. You go to the Hartfords with Slump. Let's go ahead and we will start with Lou. You knock on the Thornburrs door.
I do. Yeah, urgently.
Okay. I think as you do, the curtains kind of beside the door kind of open just a little bit, and you see a very kind of wide eye of fear kind of look around. And then the door opens just a little tiny bit. And Mr. Thornburr, who you've worked with a couple times, kind of like he looks out at you, and then his voice kind of calms down a little bit. He's like, what are you doing here?
Mr. Thornburr, I'm sorry to bother you. Viv has wandered off, and we saw she was in your field, but there's a mess of unknown kind of footprints, like paw prints or something. I'm not sure if they're paws, but scratch marks, you could call them. And then they're just off into the forest. And also your cows are frightened and huddled in a corner. And we're really concerned. Do you know anything have you had any trouble with wildlife recently?
Some kind of beast showed up. I'm not really sure what it was, but some kind of beast showed up in here, tore up the farm. It scared the cows half to death. I thought they were going to break down our doors and come eat us. And then everything got quiet. And I heard some sort of screaming out in the distance. And
Whoa.
I'm too scared to go out and check.
When was that?
Probably an hour ago.
Has that ever happened before?
No, not like that. Not like that. Never like that.
An hour ago. Well, yeah. And any stories about, legends of what's been in this area?
No, it should just be animals. Wolves, bears, cougars. Every now and then they take one of the livestock. That's okay. That's part of the cycle of nature. But this was evil. I don't know what it was, but there was something evil out there, and it scared the cows half to death, and I thought we were doomed.
Okay, well, we're going to take care of it. You stay inside keep you and yours safe right now.
You said Viv was out there?
Yes.
Oh, God, do you think Viv was what we heard screaming?
Oh, I don't know. I hope so, I guess, because then at least she's, alive.
Getting eaten?
Well,
oh, God, tell me if you find Viv, please.
I will.
I'm so sorry.
No, you've not done anything. Thanks for your information.
And he just kind of like nods his head and closes his door, and you hear like fucking 7 bolts.
Yeah, good.
And then you go back to see Locke. Slump and Galdric, you guys arrive back at the Hartford farm.
I think Slump would knock delicately on the door.
Yeah, I think the door like flies open and Lita opens. Did you find
Hey,
Viv?
oh, well, we've got our best people on it. Slump is just to cover all of our bases. Slump just wants to check a little bit inside the big, terrifying forest. Anything Slump should know before he goes in there with Captain Teeny Tot? Because if anything happens to Captain Teeny Tot, Slump will come back here and eat your whole family. Everyone, whole.
Yes.
Skin and
Well,
everything.
that's weird. That's gross. The forest. I mean, not many people go out at night. It seems, just dangerous. There's wild animals. There's wolves and there's cougars. There's bears. It's a dangerous place. It's not some sort of terrible forest, but it's dangerous. There's lots of wild animals. You don't think Viv's in there, do you?
No.
I think Slump like is so bad at lying. He has this really like obvious nervous tick. So he just goes, no.
By the way,
No!
do you think Viv's footsteps would have been about this big? And I like,
Yes, that's exactly,
about this
that
big.
is precisely how big her footsteps are.
Okay, do you think if they were like going into the forest, like would they be in a marching order kind of like this?
Yes, that means she would have gone straight into the forest.
Oh, that's probably not where she is then. That's
not-
okay.
Nah,
Okay.
No, man.
Okay.
You're good.
Please,
Yeah.
just find her. Just wherever she is, please go find her.
Mm-hmm. Will do.
How
Will do
invested
that
are you?
thing. Yep. How?
She's our only daughter, and we love her with all of our hearts. So pretty
Oh,
invested.
boy, man. All right. Well,
Can you make another one?
just
Walter's at the tower, so no.
good opportunity to just practice some like letting go. You know?
Oh my god.
Just good time. Just a good time. It's always a good time to just practice that, just in case. You know?
Oh my god.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I think they all get kind of like pale faces, and they all have to kind of sit down.
Just in the sense, letting go of your anxiety, letting go of catastrophizing, letting go of hope, just letting go of things that are stepping in your way like that, you know?
She's just the only reminder I have of Walter while he's gone.
Yeah, well, you know,
She's got-
Walter's gonna come back someday, right?
Yes, but so's Viv, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I think she just
So
like
anyways-
starts crying.
No, come on, stop crying.
Slump just pulls on Galdric's sleeve and is like, all right, that's our cue. We gotta get the fuck out of We're getting the fuck out of here, man. No, thank you. Yikes. What the fuck?
Okay, you guys go and rejoin Lou and Locke. Oh, come on now. Darn it. Well, you guys are gonna be looking weird directions now, because I can't turn you anymore. Okay. You guys all meet up back where Locke has been spending all this time analyzing the footprints agonizingly in detail. Locke, what I will tell you from immaculate study of these footprints is you see lots of the hoof prints of some of the cows. You see the footprints absolutely of little Viv, who has run off in the direction of the forest. You see there was one cow also traveling in the same direction as her. And you now start to see large paw prints that you know have come from very large wolves. They're not embedded in the mud like the heavy cows or like Viv, who was just sprinting. But you can see where the grass is pressed down and where some of the claws have dug into the dirt. You see that there are some very large wolf prints around here.
Oh boy. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go now. She's being chased by wolves. One cow went off with her. We have to go.
Do you think we're faster than wolves, Mr. Locke? She's already dead.
Well,
Fuck her.
I'm off.
No way she's getting out of there.
I'm going by myself later.
We're all going together.
Okay,
Family.
we're going. This is a waste of time.
It's like, I know where this is gonna go. We're not gonna discuss this. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm with him. Yeah.
Okay. And you follow the footprints, the paw prints, and the footprints until you come across a disgusting sight.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
The cow is ripped to shreds. The guts are spilled all over. The throat is ripped out. And it is just a scene of mass blood and gore as the cow's entrails are scattered all around. And as you look, you see many large paw prints from probably half a dozen wolves, very large wolves, judging by the sizes of the bites in the cow. Then you see the paw prints leading back into the forest, and you see no children's footprints anywhere around here.
Is the carnage of the cow consistent with how a beast would rip it up, kind of thing, or is there anything like ordered about it that would make it seem unlike a wolf or anything like that?
Roll plus intelligence.
Intelligence is 1. Hey.
11. Okay. I say by looking at this, you can, like, you've been around for months now, and you've seen livestock taken by wild animals before, and this looks different. Like, immediately you can see that this looks different. None of the meat is eaten off it.
Oh no.
And it's like it's splayed and scattered all over. It's like it was thrown and shredded, and it's like this was not an eating kill. It was like an angry kill or something. And so this does not look like a kill by normal wolves at all.
Oh my gosh. I tell the party this and I point out those things. With there being no footprints, but there were footprints coming up to this point?
Yep, there are children's footprints coming up to this point, and there are no children's footprints leaving this point.
Slump, you're tall. Can you see anything in the trees around us?
Can he?
Go ahead and roll plus wisdom. Yeah, I would say you get a good look, and you can tell pretty definitively that there's nothing in the trees around you.
No, nothing in the trees that Slump can see.
I'm gonna do a search for Viv just to see if she's like hiding somewhere nearby, because the only other assumption is that if she's still alive, the wolves like picked her up and carried her off.
I would say, I mean, how long do you want to spend looking?
Can we all team up and
Yep.
I would say cursory glance, because I imagine there's like the cow's blood and gore, and I imagine if she kept running, like if the cow distracted them, we would see like blood or some other type of like viscera or violence further up, like in the area. So I want to like kind of walk away and see if there's any sign of like blood, like she got cut or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Very, very kind of brief, but just to see if there's if that was enough of a distraction for her to get away somewhere.
Yeah.
Hint at the direction.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So not spending a lot of time. You guys all kind of spread out away from the carnage site, and you see nothing. There are no footprints. There aren't even wolf prints leading away from it. It's not like she got chased away by a wolf. There's nothing.
I guess we go deeper then.
Yeah. Were you saying there are wolf prints away from the kill?
Yep, there are wolf prints leading away from the kill, deeper into the forest. You guys are kind of at the border of the forest right now.
Yeah, follow that, I guess, hey?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
into the
probably
forest.
best.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys enter into the forest following the wolf footprints. And they're difficult to follow because they fall so softly, they don't leave much of an imprint in the ground. And it eventually gets so late at night that you lose track of the prints altogether. You don't know how long you've been following them, but at some point you just have to give up that you can't find the footprints anymore. They're gone. And you decide you can't follow anymore tonight. Would you guys like to sleep out here or return? What would you guys like to do?
Slump's gonna go ahead and advocate for going back, because sleeping out here with magical, demonic, evil wolves sounds bad. Real bad. Maybe we can scuff some bark on the way back so we remember the path we took.
I'll take a nap.
That's a good idea. Yeah, well, there's... I have 2 suggestions. I have that sanctuary spell that'll alert us if someone comes into this area, kind of thing. So it'll still kill us and stuff, but
Wow,
at
yeah,
least
that's
we'll know
great.
and wake up before they do. Or I lost my guidance spell because I goofed it so bad. But if I spend like 20 minutes or whatever, just really thinking about how much I goofed it and about how much I ashamed myself in front of God, then I can get that spell back and then try it again.
That's fucked. God, okay.
Or we could go home. Whatever you guys think.
I kind of want to try an ability.
Please do.
I want to use Lore of Flame.
Oh, what does
That
that
sounds
do?
Looking for answers, roll plus whiz. On a hit, the GM will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation. On a 10 plus, the GM will give you good detail on a 7 to 9, and the GM will give you an impression if you clearly know all there is to know.
Okay. Please roll me Lore of the Flame.
Yes.
Lore of the Flame. Let's roll it. A 9. So what do I give you with a 9?
Let's see here. On 7 to 9, the GM will give you an impression
An impression of the
current situation.
Of the current situation. You get the feeling that you are not alone. And what was about to turn into an attack of opportunity has just been detected by you.
Oh, thank God.
As you manifest a flame in your hand and use it as guidance, you open your eyes and you see surrounding you guys 6 massive black wolves patrolling just beyond the view of the flame. And we're going to call it there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Well, time to get ready for some combat next week.
Yep.
Man, oh man, you were gonna get ambushed so hard. But you avoided the ambush. Well
Holy
fucking
shit.
done.
Thank you, Locke.
Thank you, Locke.
Good fucking move.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much.
This was fucking unreal.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. It's a bit of a slower pace. Like, we're doing a lot of character work here.
No, I like that.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's a good, fun, interesting way that we haven't done in a long time. So I'm glad you guys are kind of getting into it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to check in again. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, gotta save the universe and heaven's dead.
I mean,
Boy, man.
you're gonna have to talk it out. You gotta talk it
All right.
out.
I was
disturbing.
I was gonna have a
What
good
a
night.
bummer. What a bummer.
By the way, heaven doesn't exist anymore. Good night.
Yeah, exactly.
You're surrounded by wolves.
Okay,
If
awesome.
you die, you go nowhere.
Oh God. I mean, it's quite literal for Galdric, you know.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much. Same time, same place next
Next week.
week.
Fuck
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
Have a good
Take
night,
care,
guys.
all.
Yeah, see you
Bye,
guys.
Cat.
Bye.